Hi guys, today we're going to be doing the powder foundation tutorial, so let's begin. I think I mentioned in my previous videos that before you apply makeup, you always want to make sure you're moisturized and primed. So, like I said, primer, I prefer the Supernatural by Philosophy. It minimizes your pores, it prepares your canvas for the artwork, and it's just awesome. Some other primers you can use are from Smashbox and Makeup Forever, which are both sold at Sephora as well as Revlon. I think they sell a cheaper alternative for a primer, and I know Urban Decay does. I'm not sure if Too Faced, but those are some of the brands that definitely have awesome primers, so I recommend you using it, as well as moisturize. So especially if you have dry skin, because if you have dry skin and you don't moisturize or don't use as good of a moisturizer, your skin will be patchy and your makeup won't go on as well, and it just looks kind of gross. So I recommend using a moisturizer and a primer. As for powder foundation, there's different kinds. There's a compact, there's loose powder, there's also mineral powder. I own Maybelline's mineral powder. I think it's okay. It really perfects your skin. It makes it look really airbrushed and flawless, but this isn't what I prefer. I know some of my friends prefer it. It makes her skin look gorgeous, but I prefer the Studio Fix by MAC. My color is NC35, and I like it because it's higher pigmented and it's not as messy and it's more quick. Like, you can use it on the go. If you prefer powder just for blotting during the day, you should get sheer pressed or blotting powder, and they specifically sell it at any drugstore or MAC or really any makeup store. They will always have blotting powder because women's skin tend to get problematic and oily throughout the day. And what I prefer using when I apply powder foundation is a powder brush. You can also use a kabuki brush or the sponge that comes with the makeup, but I personally prefer the brush because I think when you just put it on and you like swirl it around your face, because that's what I do, essentially it kind of distributes more evenly, so to say. So this is what I do. I kind of circle the brush around, get the powder. If there's too much, I kind of just tap the excess in the air like that, and I start circling it around my face, and it puts the makeup on. And what's so good about the Studio Fix is it is higher pigmented than blotting powder or anything, so it's gonna work more as your foundation. And I just kind of buff it on. So I guess kabuki would work too, but depending on what kabuki brush you use, because I know with this mineral powder it was really rough. Whenever I'd swirl it on, a lot of makeup, more than I needed, would come off. So you want to make sure you have a very soft kabuki brush. I know Too Faced has an awesome one, as well as Bare Minerals. They have an awesome kabuki brush, so you might want to check those out. And if you're on the go and your T-zone or your cheeks or your forehead or really anywhere is oily, you could take the sponge and you can just kind of dab it on your T-zone, and that should take off the excess shine. I personally prefer using just blotting paper. You can get it from Clean and Clear or Sonia Kashuk or anywhere for cheaper, but I use the Shiseido one. It's about $70, and it's kind of more pricey than the average blotting powder, but what's really good about it is there's actually powder, like clear, sheer, translucent powder on one side, and you dab it on, and while it soaks up the makeup, it uses mica and silicone on the powder, and it sets. So it doesn't take your makeup off, but it takes the excess oil and the shine off. And I wish I had it with me, but it's downstairs in my makeup bag, so I'm really sorry about that. But I'll put a link to the side on where to get it. And yeah, but this is how basically you put on powder makeup. It's really fast, really easy, preferably more for oily or combination skin, although dry skin and normal skin can use it as well. It has a really matte finish most of the time. unless you decide to add highlighter and stuff, but this is the very, very, very basic. And if you want to go further, you can add concealer before or after. I prefer before, so when the powder goes over it, the concealer stays put under. But I'm in a hurry, so okay. Thank you for watching. Bye.